Hi, everybody. This is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion, your host, the Hut. And of course, here we are, just waiting out the stupid freaking postseason. So we get started with the off season. As you know, 5 days after the World Series, we get free agency. I have a video on Aaron Judge, somebody, very famous baseball player, or former player, Hall of Famer, thinks that the Mets and Aaron Judge would be a perfect fit. I don't know about that. But I'm going to talk about, in this video, Trea Turner. He's played with the Dodgers. He played with the Dodgers last year and a half. He's, as you know, if you're a Met fan, he's played with the Nationals. We've seen a lot of him over the years. And it's sort of like, it's not rumors, but people are sort of speculating where he's going to go. It seems like the number one place he's probably going to go is probably the Phillies. I know that just from rumors that he really wants to be on the East Coast. He doesn't want to be on the West Coast. The Yankees could be a spot because they definitely have a shortstop problem. You know, their playoffs are going on right now as I speak. The Cubs and a few other teams. But for this video, I'm going to talk about the New York Mets. Now, the Mets obviously make postseason, but they need help still offensively. They need another bat in this lineup. I feel like they were a little short offensively. I think a lot of people felt that way. They have two very strong offensive players, but they could use a third guy in there in the middle of that lineup. Now, Trea Turner has been sort of a table setter most of his career, specifically with the Nationals. He has won a batting title in his career. He had a big year offensively for the Dodgers. He drove in 100 runs for the first time in his career. So he's a guy that has a lot of potential. Even at his age, he's 29, he's going to be 30 in June next year. He's got another 4 or 5 years of very good production. And it'll be interesting to see how he progresses in terms of his power. Now, he's a speed guy. He's a table setter. The interesting thing about him is, where would you play him? Would he be the leadoff hitter on this team? Say, for instance, they were to lose Brandon Nimmo. You would assume that he'd be the leadoff hitter on this team if they lost Brandon Nimmo. But where would he play? He's not going to play shortstop. Let's have a shortstop. And Francisco Lindor, he's not going anywhere. If you play him at second, you have to ask, so where are we going to see the Mets bat and play Jeff McNeil on the field? Is he going to be at third base? He's not really a third baseman per se. Can he play the outfield? Absolutely. He's a good left fielder. He's a good right fielder. He's a very good second baseman. He's got a shot to win the Gold Glove this year as a utility guy. But are you willing to play him at third on a more regular basis? Or, that's just me, or you play Trea Turner at third. Now, if you move Turner to third, that kind of puts Brett Beatty on the outs with the Mets organization. So these are the kinds of things, if you're building the Mets for next season, where do you put certain players? Because for the most part, the Met lineup is pretty much set. As you know, the biggest problem with the Mets right now is they have all these free agents in their pitching staff. But in terms of the everyday players, the only free agent the Mets have is Brandon Nimmo. And we'll have a separate video. We're going to talk about Brandon Nimmo until he signs with some team someplace. But just want to talk about Trea Turner because there's been sort of some articles. If you Google his name, the Mets get a couple of hits there, here and there. So this is not a clickbait thing, but it's just sort of a question. Should the Mets pursue him? Where would you play him? I don't want to hear that they're going to trade Francisco Lindor. No. You got to fit him in. He's part of this team. He's part of this culture of winning. But let me know what you think. And please, of course, thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, and I'll see you later.